Morning everybody, here we are at number 14, I can't believe that. Today we're going to do a lying down warm up and then a series of moves, and as I say every time, please choose the level that you feel you can do well rather than overstretch yourself. I'm not going to make it that hard, mind you. Any injuries, ailments, please always just message me privately so that I can help you and see what you should and shouldn't be doing. So we'll start this morning lying on our back. It might not be this morning when you do it, but it is for me. So I want you to lie down and then stretch your legs out, your arms above your head, and just take a nice full body stretch. And then sweep those arms round and down beside you, and then bend the knees. I want you just to put the feet together for a moment, lift the heels up, turn them out, bring the toes in line with the heels so your feet face forwards, lengthen the neck, draw the shoulder blades down, and then everything in line here, we want to just gently roll that marble. So just do it a few times because it feels nice, hopefully, and it will stretch the lumbar area of your spine. And then I want you to find what you know is your neutral, that place where these hip bones and pubic bone are horizontally aligned. You have that slight back arch, but it's not excessive, and you don't feel tension pulling on the front of the hip or the back of the thigh. So from there, relax into that position. Just start to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let those ribs expand. Try and keep the belly nice and flat. And then whilst you're continuing your breathing, just give those legs a little shake. Melt the shoulders into the mat so everything is relaxed. We'll activate the core today using our pelvic floor. So think of your internal lift with its 10 floors. I want you to take a breath in, and at the top of that in-breath, as always, pull all the way up to the top floor. And on the out-breath, take it down again. Relax, let everything relax, your shoulders, your hips, your thighs, your breathing. And then breathe in and pull halfway up to the 5th floor. And again, out breath, relax. Don't need quite as much letting go after a 5th floor. Let's go for that 3rd floor. So breathe in a real gentle pull up to the 3rd floor. And from there, just holding on to your core now, I want you to just start to open the knees wide, then close them in again. So just a gentle action, you're not overdoing it. Just try and control it so you haven't got maybe one leg going out further than the other. And if you have, just make sure you haven't got any juddering, so you're not holding on to any tension on those inner thighs. You want it to be a nice smooth action. And then just come back to centre. Now reach the arms up to the ceiling and just touch the elbows down to the floor. Reach up again, touch the elbows down and wide, just keeping them at shoulder height. Just do one more of those. And then leaving the hands there, tap the floor in front, try and tap the floor behind. And try and do that without your ribs flaring, so you don't want to lift your middle back off the floor. So just a couple of these, getting the movement in the shoulder. And then leave it down here. Bring the arms down. And then just gently tilt the pelvis. So you're just coming into a little bit of an imprint and then returning to neutral. Imprint, a little bit higher, returning to neutral. Just 2 more of those. Imprint and neutral. 1 more. Breathe out. Breathe in. Now bring the arms up again, and this time take them like you're saluting. and then squeeze them in a little bit and out a bit. In a bit, out a bit. 2 more. And just moving the shoulder joint in yet another plane. And then slide the arms down and make circles on the ceiling with your fingertips. You can cross those arms, they make bigger circles, trying to keep the shoulder blades down. Just 1 more of those. And then rest the arms to the side. Now gently roll your knees in one direction, turn your head the other, draw back to centre, and then the other way. So breathe out as you go down, breathe in as you come up. And you're just trying to mobilise the spine in rotation. And just get it ready for the moves to come today. So we'll come back to centre there. Bring the hands now behind your head. Just lift very slightly, support the head, and just do a little side bend to one side and centre. Trying to bring the ribs towards the pelvis rather than the ear towards the shoulder. So it's a little bit harder to do. And then relax that too. Coming down from there, just sweep those hands onto your knees, draw the knees in, and then start to circle. Okay, 2 big circles going in opposite directions, so your hips are mobilised. And then come back to centre. Pop both knees in towards your chest. Just put the soles of the feet up to the ceiling, like so. If you can reach your big toes, do. If you can't, hold on to your calves. And I want you just to try and pull your kneecaps into your armpits. That might not be something you can do, but it's something to aim that direction. Okay, so you're just getting a real glute and low back stretch there, and it's okay to hold here, it's fine. And then bring the knees together, gently one down, then the other. And so our first move today is a roll up and a shoulder bridge combined. So I want you just to get into your position on the floor exactly as you started the class, lifting those heels up, turning them out, bringing the toes to join them, lengthen the neck, draw the shoulder blades down, palms to the side of the body, roll the marble. Okay, come into your neutral. So from here, get the breathing in place, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, relaxing your legs, relaxing your shoulders. Breathe in and pull up to that 3rd floor of your lift. Now on the out breath, squeeze the bottom and then imprint the spine, and this time peel up to your shoulders if you're comfortable to. Breathe in at the top and breathe out to come down, all the way back down. Now we're going to do a couple of shoulder bridges, so squeeze the bottom again, breathing out, keep the knees in line, the feet flat to the floor, breathe in at the top, down we come again. Now from here, I want you to just do a little bit of a sit-up, and then down, and then up we go again, breathing in at the top, breathe out, come all the way down, and then breathe in here and then breathe out and come a little way up, or if you want to you can come all the way up or halfway up. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in here, squeeze the bottom, peel up into your shoulder bridge. If you want to, you can add the arms in or just rest while we do that. Can't rest when your bottom's lifted, can you? Peel down, and then on the in breath, sweep the arms round and start to use them to help you to come up. Breathe in at the top, breathe out, rest the arms down by your side, and then squeeze the bottom, peel up into your shoulder bridge. Breathe in and float the arms over if you wish to. Breathe out, start to come down, sweep the arms in a circle and use them to help you come up. breathe in. Now some of you might think, well, I could do that if my legs were further away, put them further away, and then down we go again. So then we'll have to move them back in together. Squeeze, peel, out breath that is, in breath. Out breath, sweep round and down. Breathe in and then out breath, come up. Breathe in at the top and down. Slide the heels back, squeeze the bottom, peel up again. Float the arms over. Breathing in, breathing out as you come down. Breathing in and then breathing out as you come up. Breathing in at the top and then down you go. Let's just do one more of those because it's a nice mobiliser to start the class with. So breathing in place, always an in-breath for arms, out-breath as we come down. Breathe in, breathe out. And this time you're just going to stay here. And if you didn't come all the way up, you're just doing little sit-ups. Just roll on your side and get yourself up to seated, okay? Now from here we're going to do the supine leg pull. So we're just practicing on shoulder girdle strength and our glutes doing the job. So it's this one that looks like that. Now that's quite tough for some people in terms of the wrists or the shoulders. So you can bend one knee and you can gently push through that foot to help you lift. So if you don't want to do that, try this way. Lift yourself up, pull the shoulders back, chin up a little bit, soften the elbows and just let the legs relax. Now breathe in, pull up to that third floor and then squeeze the bottom and that will just lift you. And just hold that position. Now if that's too much, you come down again and you take a breath at the bottom and you breathe out and you go up again and you just practice going up and down. If you want to hold it longer in the up position, then do that. If you think, oh gosh, that's a bit much, well bend that knee, squeeze and lift up like this. Again, you can hold it or you can come down and go up and down. And after a while, if you're using one leg, you might want to change to the other leg so that you're not putting all the load in one place all the time. Be mindful your neck's not back there. It's not good for the neck. It wasn't built to go quite that far back. And if you need a little rest, you just sit forwards like this. And then keep going, whichever one you've chosen. And if you want to make it harder, lift up and then just out breath, in breath, out breath, in breath. Now that's quite a lot harder. So you may wish to try just 2 of those maybe and come down. Whichever one works for you. We're only going to do 1 more repetition all round or 1 more hold or 2 smaller ones. Okay, so just relax, breathe in, activate the core again, squeeze the bottom, up you come, either hold it here, go up and down twice or go breathe out, breathe in. Breathe out, breathe in. Just 2 more. And then down we come. Bend your knees, lean forward and give yourself a little wrist roll. Now, get your breath back. You might not need to. It's probably me talking that makes me breathless. Or that my legs were in the air then. What we're going to do is a Tassie wave, and if you've done my class you'll know what that is, and if you haven't you'll wonder what on earth I'm on about. But it looks like this, and I'm going to show you sideways and then I'm going to do it with you facing you. So the first thing is to sit up tall, and if that's not comfortable, then if you've got your cushion or a block nearby, you can sit yourself up on it, and it just helps a little bit with the forward lean that's part of this move. Okay, so I'll just use this anyway today. Takes a little bit of stress off your hamstrings and your hips as well. So you set up nice and tall, you cross your arms, you bring your shoulders back and down, and you try and just relax through your thighs. It's get your breathing in place. Now this one, we breathe in and activate at the same time as lifting the arms, and then we roll forward. So I'm going to do one. I breathe in, activate the core, and then I breathe out and I roll forward as far as I can, and I slide my elbows or my forearms up my thighs. So breathe in here, breathe out, and slide back up as you breathe in again. Breathe out. And it doesn't matter if you find you can only go a little way forward and a little way down, that's fine. You just do exactly this and you still come up. So you're creating movement in your upper back there, and then you're flexing it, and then you're rolling it back almost into extension. So it's a good mobilizer. I said I'd show you that going forward as well, but I'll show you the next bit going forward. So keep this going, just breathing in, breathing out. Take as long as you like to get into that position, never force it. See if your forward lean is improving yet. Can you get a little bit further? Just one more like this, and then we just rest for a moment. You're going to cross your arms the other way now, the way they feel awkward, and instead of going forward first, I'm going to come off the block. For me, that's not quite so comfortable, but instead of leaning far forward, you're going to lean into your hips and slide forward. So it looks like this. You breathe in and activate here, but you tuck the elbows in and you push and then come up, and then your back starts to work more, okay? So it's really breathing out here, breathing in as you start to rise. And just keep that going, okay? So I'll have to do the other arm way. So it's breathe in, activate, breathe out, tucking elbows into hips, sliding, and then start to breathe in. So it's the same move in reverse. But this time your back has to work, your back muscles have to work a little bit more. So forward you go. If you are a little bit tight in your hamstrings, it's a good what we call dynamic stretch for them. It means a moving load. So you're moving above it with your upper body, and you're encouraging lengthening of your hamstrings as you go forward. So the hamstrings themselves are just staying still, but hopefully they're lengthening a bit. Okay. Now we'll just do 2 more of these, because this is in essence a mobilizer again. And I don't know about you, some of us may have been sitting around more than usual, and getting that spine moving is always a good thing. And relax. Okay, tuck the knees in. Just have a little rest here for a moment. Okay, so drop the head down between your knees. Just leave it there. And then come up from that. I want you to try to sit what we call 90-90, where you've got one knee out that way and the other out that way. Now you again may find that that's quite awkward on the hip. You can sit on your cushion again, and that might make it a bit more comfortable, or you take the leg further forward so you've got a chance of getting more even through your sit bones. It's quite hard to get both sit bones perfectly on the mat with this one. So we're going to help ourselves a little bit by leaning our hand into the floor as well. It's like a mermaid stretch, but we're working on the side of the body, each side of the body. So I want you just to relax as much as you can. Breathe in and pull up to that 3rd floor. And on an out breath, lift your ribs up and over and lean over like you would in a side bend. But on the way back, start to lift the other arm and try and lean over the other side, which is not so easy. So you're literally going, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and just keep going with that. And again, if you see this, then I tried to go a little bit further by bending this elbow more, so I'm coming further over like that. And then this side for me isn't very easy, so just do over and back. Keep the palms facing pretty much forward towards the camera or the screen that you're watching. Okay, now just one more of these. We're going to really compare it with the other side because most of us will find one side a bit easier than the other. So just come round to centre, sort your legs and your knees out for a moment. Just have a little back stretch and then into the same position on the other side. And again, you may find this side's your easiest side or the other one was, you'll know in a minute. Okay, we're going to sit as upright as we can. Use that cushion under the buttock if it helps you, but not if it leans you too far, or use it under the buttock that you're most on to lift it in line with the other one. So just get into a comfortable position. Use your hand here to support you. Relax your legs. Get into the breathing. Breathe in and pull up to that third floor. And when you're ready, breathe out. And then breathe in. Okay, breathe out. Breathe in on the way back. Breathe out. And breathe in. So 2 what I call breathing cycles throughout, so that encourages you to spend longer in this part of it, which is not so comfortable. So that's your out breath. In breath on the return. Out breath. In breath on the return. Just keep really pushing to get that stretch down the side of the body. This one's a nice feeling stretch. The other one, you might feel slightly inhibited, but it's more of a stretch because it's harder to do. So if you can get the elbow down to the floor and stretch over, then please do. If not, just go with what your body enables you to do. So you might get right down here and then up. Again, let's just do a couple more. There, one more. And over we go. And relax. Get those legs in front of you. We're going to lie on our tummies and have a little front of thigh stretch. So if you want to lie on your side to do that stretch, then stay here and I'll show you both really. You can just bring the knee up to your chin or almost get hold of the front of the ankle and just push the leg back and keep this leg bent, okay? That's a nice stretch. Hold it and then go to the other side in a minute. Those of you who are comfortable to do the same stretch on your front, just do exactly that. Don't pull so much as push the hip into the mat and ease the foot so the heel is towards your bottom. And if you can't reach, there's always the back of your trousers, or you just hold it in that position, but mainly it'd be better to do it on your side because you'll always reach on the side. Okay, release that leg. Let's bring the other leg up. Push the hip into the mat. Gently ease the heel towards the bottom. And if you want to, you turn onto the other side. Underneath leg bent, top leg, bring the knee up towards your chin. Catch the front of that ankle. Ease that leg back. So you really get the stretch down the front of the thigh, slightly into your hip flexors as well. So we're just going to do a little bit of upper back work now, the diamond press. So come out of your stretch and just get yourself onto your tummy if you're not already. Take your fingertips so that when you look up they're ahead of you, and so are your thumbs. So when your head goes down you're not leaning on your hands. Turn your heels out, your toes in, and then tip the tailbone back so you're lifting your tummy, and then slide your shoulder blades down your back. Now totally relax your bottom, look to the mat, breathe in and activate the core so you'll feel the tummy come up even more. And then I want you just to gently push the chest from the mat by using your forearms. So push up here and then hollow the tummy and go down. So breathe out, breathe in here, and then breathe out to go down. If you want to go a little further, start to lift your elbows, and you can keep them there, or lift. Keep the bottom relaxed, hollow the tummy, and go down. So yes, it's rather similar to swan dive, but your fingertips remain together, and you only lift the forearms if it gives you a better extension of your upper back. So breathe in, relax. Breathe out, roll up. So you're just bending backwards slightly. Keep the head just neutral, so you're not lifting the head first. You're just letting the head stay where it is and go for the ride, as I call it. And then up you come. So today, focusing quite a lot on mobility of your spine in different ways. So we've done bending forwards, we're now doing bending backwards, we've done bending sideways. So just a couple more of these. So try not to let the bottom take over, so don't squeeze the bottom. Then your upper back muscles will do the job of lifting your spine rather than your glutes tensing and creating the base from which you move. If you get any clicks in the upper back, as I always say, not to worry, that's good. It's just your thoracics sorting themselves out. Okay, now just rest. Again, we're not doing lots of anything today, we're just doing a real mobility class, as I said. I want you to bring your arms down by your side. And if you're comfortable here, just have a little rest. If you want to go back into child pose now, then just bring yourself up carefully without dipping your low back. And then sit back and relax. And as I said before, this one is okay if you're not comfortable, or using a block or a cushion here helps to stop you collapsing so much. And then you've got this one as well. And then up you come again. So the next one is yet more mobility, and it's the one where we basically still start from here, and you pull your shoulder blades back so you really feel the gapping under the shoulder blades. Relax as much as you can. Breathe in and activate the core and curl up. And then sink the hips forwards if you're comfortable to. So round the spine and then go back. So what you want is a cat stretch on the way there, then a little bit of a dip if you want to. If not, keep it here. If you're happy, do that. And then round the spine to come back. Now, we're going to tuck the toes under for those who want to make that into a wave. So from here, you go into our down dog position, and you curl up onto your toes, roll forwards, sink your hips down, look forwards. Breathe in, breathe out, and push through the hands, chin to chest, round the spine again. Lift the tailbone to the ceiling, drop the heels down. So up we go, tuck the tailbone under, curl forward, sink down, look forwards, pull the shoulder blades down, breathe in, breathe out, drop the chin, push through your hands and curl your way back, drop the heels last. So just do a couple more of those, or continue with the other one that I gave you. Sink forwards, look forwards, sink the shoulders. Chin down, push, round and back you go. Down go those heels. One more of these. Breathing in, drop the chin. Breathing out, round the spine. Back you go. Drop to the knees. And everybody sit back here again. And then from here, I want you to crawl forward onto your elbows. We're going to work round the hips now. So slide the shoulder blades into the back pockets, bottom in the air, and I want you just to lengthen one leg. Now from here, keep the weight even through the front of the body. Breathe in and activate that core, and then on an out breath, you're lifting the leg up, drawing an arc over the other leg, and then coming back. So you tap out and you tap back. We've done this on our side before, and we've done it like this before, but you literally breathe out and then breathe in. Or if you prefer it, you reverse that breathing. So what we're doing is working through inner thighs, glutes, outer thighs. So all three sets are challenged in this movement. Now don't let the tummy hang, and don't let your shoulders pinch up like this. So slide them down the back and just keep tapping to the back, to the front, okay? I say that because I'm on a camera, but for you it will feel like you're going to your right, to your left, or to your left, to your right. Okay, so just strengthening through one of those muscles that it's always good to work, the glutes. They do a lot, they're the biggest muscle in the human body, and they have a lot of work on their hands. Sometimes they don't work very well, and so in Pilates we challenge them quite often. So we're just going to do one more. And then slide that leg in. So you might feel a little bit of lactic acid in the back of your thighs and just want to sit yourself back into a child pose for a moment. Or like me, readjust your outfit. And then down we go again. Get the weight even through the elbows and the front of the hands. Put one leg out behind you, slide the shoulder blades back, preferably the leg you haven't just done, of course. And then relax that leg, breathe in and activate the core, and then off you go again, breathing out, breathing in, or indeed breathing in, breathing out. It's however it feels comfortable to you on this one, because there's not an easier or a harder phase of it, it's the same throughout really. And we usually breathe out on the hardest bit of a move where the most exertion is, but it's all the way through this one. So you choose your breathing. Just tap away. You might find again you've got one leg that feels like it's a bit stronger than the other one. And off we go again. Keep it going. Might find this leg fatigues a little bit more quickly because you were leaning on it, and you can probably feel that the other one's aching a bit as well from holding you up. So let's just do 3 more. Trying to keep your back still, your shoulders down. Don't let your tummy just relax. Keep a little gentle pull on that pelvic floor. And then bring it in. Okay, now This time, just come all the way up and sweep your legs round. So you can give your hamstrings and your glutes a bit of a rest, okay? So this is the next exercise. We use more hip flexors, so we're swapping muscle groups. So just relax for a moment. And then we're going to come down onto our elbows again, but this time like this. Okay? So I hope you're comfortable like this. If you're not, you can lie flat to do this because we're doing the bicycle. So you know that you can just lie on your back, and I'll show you that as we go. If you can do it here, one important thing is your elbows aren't there, because then your tummy's really stressed, and so are these muscles here, called the sternocleidomastoid, but they become very angry when you make them hold your head up quite that high. So elbows need to be right back. Then you lift your waist, so you've got a nice gap under the waist, and then you pull the shoulder blades together, relax your legs, breathe in and activate your core. Lift one heel only and float one leg up only. So a single cycle will be like this. If you want to do the double, you lift onto the heel, toes rather, and then lift the heel and then begin. Now, because you're on the elbows, it's actually a little bit easier on your core. So try and push your legs further away than you might normally do on the bicycle. If your neck is really not liking this, lie down and do it this way. Keep it nice and slow so that everything is just nice and cyclic. So no beginning, no end. If you need to stay here, do. If you need to come back down to one leg, do. Or if you want to be up like I am here, then stay there. Okay. Try not to let your spine sink. Try and lift up tall. So your back is off the floor. Really off the floor. And then just pedal away. Remember, we've got one option, one leg. And just keep on going with that one. And then remember, you can always go down onto your back. Now reverse your pedaling, so you're just going backwards, like so. So you've got to change the way your brain works to do that one. Reversing it. And then come back to a start position and lower either one leg or both, one at a time of course. Sit up and then lean forward. Now, we're going to just do the crab or the boomerang. And the crab may not be suitable for everybody, so if you like rolling, but you don't like having your legs all crossed over, then just hold and roll like this one, right? If you don't want to roll, you need to do shoulder bridge again, which you all know. And if you want to do crab, we're going to cross the ankles. And then catch hold of the underside of your feet and bring yourself into a balanced position. Slide the shoulders down. So relax the legs into your hands. Breathe in and activate your core. And then you're going to tip and roll and push the legs back. And then to come up, you bring the heels up to your bottom. Try and sit yourself back up. So it's breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. And you can just keep going with this boomerang. You've got one leg over the top of the other. When you've done about 5 more, swap the lead leg over. If you're doing rolling, then just go with it. Try not to fling your legs, so you don't fling your legs back. And then, if you want to do the boomerang, you cross those legs out straight. Keep going if you're not. You bring the arms back here, You relax the legs, breathe in and activate, and then you bring yourself into teaser. Take your legs over the top, uncross and cross, come back, lift the arms up and place the legs down. I've almost not quite got enough room for my legs here. I'll move slightly. And then back you go again. So arms go down by your side. You uncross and cross the other way on the in-breath. Out breath, up you come, hold it if you can, lower those arms down, lean back. Breathe in, breathe out. Uncross and cross, lift up and back down. Keep going with that one. If not, you should have crossed your legs for the crab so they're the other way. Tip back, roll back, lengthen the legs. Back up you come, lift, and then tip again. Lengthen, back up you come, lift. Okay, if you're doing rolling back, you're just practicing getting back up onto your sit bones. And tip, and roll. Good. And then just finish off, because it's quite an exercise, makes you quite warm. Roll down onto your back, stretch your arms above your head, bring your heels closer in, just put the soles of the feet together and just let the legs drop out there for a moment. Take a few nice deep breaths. And out we come. Just let those arms be out to the side more. And I want you just to pull on your pelvic floor whilst you pull your knees in. And then roll your knees over to one side. Just let your head gently drop to the other side. So you're stretching the side of the body. You can take this hand and reach it over to the other one, put your hand around your wrist and pull yourself further towards the bent knees so that you're getting more of a side stretch as well. And then back we go. Brace the core, so a little pull up again. Bring the knees back to centre. Settle your spine in the centre first before you roll the other way. And just let that relax. Let your head drop down to that side and relax. Feel that stretch. Push that hip away from the rib cage. And to increase it, get this hand, bring it over, catch the wrist and pull. So just pull the hips away from the rib cage. And then back we come, back to centre, arms out. Just engage the core, pull back to centre again. Let your feet come apart this time. Draw one knee in, then the other. Ease gently backwards and forwards to just release the low back. Good. Okay, now you may want to just raise the legs in the air. You may not, you may just want to stay as you are. And just let them hang there for a moment. And then just place one foot down, then the other. Roll onto your side, come up into seated. Just stay there for a moment, just to get the blood pressure settled and just release. And we're going to finish there today, so thank you very much.